how far we go in our communication skill or improve our way of speaking, grammar, structure, everything that we need. But still, there are a lot of room to improve in that. So many times, I noticed that even I know a lot of things, but there are a lot of room to improve. Why? Because every day when I read article or I go through some news, I listen to podcast, I watch some YouTube. So what I really realized at the last that even one line, something that a structure, the way they narrated or the way they wrote something, if we learn a line, a single line, it improves or it contributes a lot for me. Yeah, because you know what I realize that there lies a lot of people in this world. Their talent, they are great, their writing is great, their way of structure, selection of vocabulary, that these all are great than me. So even if I noted down one word, one sentence, one paragraph a day, that basically captivated me. So today happened same thing with me. In the morning, a notification triggered on my phone, and when I saw, it was all about the share bazaar or market. I don't know why, but I wrote a paragraph. It was bearing three or four lines. So the last line that interacted me, it was around like somebody wrote that why stock market plummet or went and sell off. It was especially for the US market. And I was just reading because of the structure, because the way they wrote, not for the information. So I got to know the last line they wrote, it clicked in my mind, it captivated me. And that is what every day I want to listen or I want to understand, so that next time when such situation arise in my mind, so that I'm not going to stumble, or I may write that, or I may speak as it is. So that is great way. So it was something like that. Why stock market, especially in the US, went sell off on it was about yesterday, so on Tuesday. And there was some reason why, like it may it may have been caused because of the conflict in Iran or Israel. So Iran had fired or triggered some missile to the Israel, so that may one of the reason. And the last line that basically the last line that captivated me was that this region triggers ripple around the market, around the financial market. See the way of writing. This triggers or this triggers ripples around the financial market. So way of writing, just assume if I had been there in place of the guy who wrote, I might have gone with different way of writing. There are a lot of way to narrate one thing. There are many things that we can write or we can go with that. But the way they wrote was captivating. Yeah, because they are great experience. They hold a great experience in the English journey, so that their way of writing is better than what I would have written over there. So I noticed the line and it captivated me, it attracted me, or it caught my attention. So immediately I opened my notebook and I wrote it there. And then thereafter I was walking, I was listening podcast. So a starting line, they were talking about the weird hurricane hurricane that attacked in somewhere in Carolina or in the America Mexico area. So they spoke that this hurricane left, listen, this line is like super captivating for me. This hurricane left trial of devastation in many areas. See the way they a string or they wrote the sentences. It left it left a trial of devastation. See the way they wrote it, again clicked in my mind. So that I'm trying to adjust in my mind, so that once I go to home I will write that too, because the way they narrated, so the word trail, the way the word devastation, I know, but the way they used this, it was amazing for me. So I'm not gonna forget that, because this is the way that every day there is room to improve, or always and always we can notice these all things or you may improve. So that is why every day I read in some reporter, they were narrating some more story, some live story that has happened already, that devastation scene. Like they were narrating there about there was some river, and it rose its water level, and it create devastation a certain city. It hit to the city and left all city without signal, without light, without electricity, a lot of things they narrated. People, rescue team, they started distributing and dropping the food from the sky by helicopter, by flight, plane. So meanwhile, there was a reporter. He was narrating about a story that a guy, 75-year guy, he was swept away by the water, the strong water, and anyhow he managed. He hold a tree, and he was cleaning over there. He clung, and a lot of people, like around 20, 30 people, they were just giving him hope. Hey, don't worry, I'm here, we are doing something, be aware, how is your dog. It means they were trying to make him conscious. It went around 6 hours when they were discussing about this, and still the guy, he was clung over there and hoping that the water level will go down. And but the water level was going down, but it was hitting again and again with his hard force. A lot of things was carrying by the water that was also hitting to him, but anyhow he was managing inside a tree or trying to be alive. So he was 75-year old, and later on a group of people around 10 or something, they were trying to see some measure they can take so that they can help the guy. And what do they do? Some of the guy who took a rope or cable, a strong cable, and he was tying his waist. While tying the waist, the other group of members, they say, what are you doing, man? You can see the devastation, the a strong wave, it is hitting hard. You have a child, if something happens to you, what will happen to your child? So they just convinced him, or they just persuaded him to stay over there, not to jeopardize his life because of others. He is already in jeopardy. But again, if you are gonna there, or if you are trying to go, who knows, you will be safe. You will be you can, or you will be able to save yourself, rescue yourself, or him too, or even you both go in jeopardy. So this a story that when I heard, it somewhere triggered some fear or some idea. See, it was something emotional. A lot of people, they lost their family, they lost their houses. Yeah, so she was narrating that uh, the a strong gust of wind along with the water, it devastated a lot of people's houses. Yeah, so they are homeless. See what will happen to those people. Not only homeless because the wind and the combination of hard gust of wind and the water, they were hitting again and again into the all area, the pole. They were, just rooting it out, the trees, the ripping, and a lot of devastation thing happened. So these things left uh, indelible impression even on me when I was listening this, because they were narrating in the way that it was after a long time they have seen such devastation case. It hasn't happened nearby, and who knows, it may come again, or who knows what next. So this story, like a lot of thing I got to know in perspective of learning, but again I got to know about the news how great it was, because I hardly watch TV. So I wouldn't have heard this if I didn't listen this. So what happened, the all narration, the reporter, they were talking, and the article I wrote in the morning, what happened, I'm cultivating my mindset, I'm putting, or I'm contributing my idea, my English, my communication, the way of writing, the way of speaking. These all things finally will make progress in accumulating. So this is the way that we may cultivate or enrich our idea, or the way of speaking, the way of writing, the way of using suitable word, so that this gradual process is really effective. It is significant. If anybody, they want to improve, or they want to learn, they want a great command over this, so only these all things basically will help us, or will help you out, because that is helping me out. when we have a conversation with somebody, any topic comes, anything come, we should be able to select a precise, meticulously a precise word choice should be okay, sentence should be okay, so that what you are talking about a guy, whoever is in other side of you, what you are talking, you are having conversation, it should be in the face that wow, the person, every word he spoke, the sentences he talked, he used during the conversation, it was amazing. So these all things basically makes a communication intriguing, compelling, appealing, and who doesn't want to grab this skill set. So this is what my message was, or what is message, what I wanna transfer, my message, my way of speaking, my way of learning, my style, that I basically every day uh, learn small things, or these small things basically helps me out to gain or to grow my skill set, and that is why we improve every day. So sometimes we think like, okay, if I bunk today or if I skip today, what will happen? One day will not cause any problem. But see, one line, if you learn one line that today I shared, a few line that I heard, or if I'm capable of retaining the one sentence or one suitable vocabulary or way of writing or speaking, it will contribute a great thing or great idea or improvement in my learning or teaching journey. So this is how, if you improve, it will improve your way of speaking. And finally, how does we gain confidence? Yeah, the confidence is nothing but comes by your inner knowledge, your skill set, your way of speaking, your contribution towards your improvement. So every day if you learn something, or if we learn something, somehow it is contributing that yes, I'm gaining, I am ingraining a lot of things every day, even though some of those skip, doesn't stay, faded away, but still there are a lot of. But again, what happens when I heard or when I listen something, let's say it goes from my mind, but again when I listen second time, if I come across the same way of listening, same word, some vocabulary, what will happen there, the time it will be reiterated in my mind, so that I'm not gonna drop this, I'm not gonna forget. Why? Because once I heard that, last time, another time, again I hear. So these all things basically are the specs that makes me confident, and that help me to develop, to grow, to enrich the way basically I want. So even though if you are at the at a starting position, or wherever at the middle level of speaking, in a intermediate level, it does not matter. The matter is, are you connected, are you tuned with it, are you persistent, are you demonstrating your perseverance, or you just think that you decided that now you know it may help you out to talk with people, and it will help you out to communicate with people, talking with public, in office, in meeting, that's enough. No, to stay ahead, to be updated, to be upgraded, we don't need to think, we don't need to stop or be in stagnant mode. We have to be in the pace, we have to always tune and harmonize with the things, idea, the way we improve or we are improving. That will basically help you and helping me also. So that is the great idea, that we have to learn, we don't need to stop, we don't need to procrastinate when it comes to learning, because learning is never ending process. You know, nobody has gained mastery, nobody is capable for everything. Every day we have something to learn, and that learning basically pave or fuel our way of narrating, our way of demonstrating, way of expressing whatever we have in our mind. So never ever think that okay, it's enough. There is always room to improve. So that shit from my end today. So good morning again, it is early morning time, you can see the sun is facing my face directly, it is hitting here, and it's wide day now, or I think it's around 8, or you can see the chirping of a lot of small birds or other things. It's the area, I feel the tranquility of this area, it is peace, calm, and that is why I enjoy a practice here I shadow some great people, and as well as I try to record a video here every day so that even I notice that what I improved today or what more I want to improve. Because every day when I record, that is a great process. Once we record something, later on we must listen it, or we should think, or we should just review it, so that what mistake I made while speaking and what all things while lingering that made my communication weaker or dull or lackluster, or what a strong point today I used or today I learned, so that if I continue, if I persist with that, it will help me out to grow faster. What conviction, why, what notion. So we must obsess about these all things instead giving gap or procrastinating. So that is great way to learn. Again, thank you and bye bye.